What's up, guys? I'm the washer and dryer guy. I've been repairing and refurbing washers and dryers since 2011. If this video helps you, please like and subscribe. If you have any questions, put them in the comments below and I will answer you. Hey guys, what we're going to talk about today is a noise this washer is making, and it's going to be the coupler is out. And the coupler is the part that goes between the motor and the actual transmission. It's a piece of rubber, which I'll show you real quick. Here's a new one. Piece of rubber. And these two pieces. And they're designed, if you're kind of familiar with like a boat motor, it's designed to break here before it breaks any of the main gears in the actual transmission or messes up the motor. So let's see what's going on. Here's what it sounds like. And when you experience this problem, usually it will, which most of the time, it's going to fill with water and not spin at all and make a strange noise that sounds like this. No spin whatsoever, but it will drain the water. There's a reason for that, because the coupler is on the back side of the motor and the water pump's on the front side of the motor. Alright, so this particular washer has two Phillips on the back side, one here and one here. We're going to pull those up. Sometimes there'll be Phillips here and a Phillips here, or sometimes in the newer machines you'll have to take a putty knife and slide underneath. It'll be a little push pin you have to push on both sides. But I've already released these two. You're going to come forward just a little bit and roll it up. And you can see while you're coming forward, there's little hooks right here that have to come forward, and then it'll come up. Alright, from right here we're going to release our lid switch. And we're also going to unplug, just in case. And we're going to take our flathead screwdriver. We're going to put it right there. I'm going to lean back with it. That's going to release this piece. We're going to do the same thing on this side. Flathead screwdriver, lean it back, releasing that side. Now we've let this loose. Let's hook it up here. Alright, from right here, I'm going to open the lid just a little bit. I'm going to grab the front of the lid, lean it forward. And you're going to have to slide the bottom forward some to get out from underneath the bottom lid. Alright, now we're free. We're just going to take this thing away and put it this side. Alright, from right here, flip this back forward so it doesn't fall forward. There's a water pump right here. You're going to lift up on these hooks. One's right there. And if you can't do this with your hand, you can do this with a flathead. Sometimes they're a little tougher than this. One's right there. They are in a little keyhole. You can remove them if you want to so they're not in your way. You're going to pull the water pump off. And you're going to hook it right there out of the way. I'm going to go ahead and take this guy off. And from right here we got the exact same, except for they're slightly longer, hooks right here. Now we're unplugged, so I'm going to go ahead and unplug the motor. Even though this washer is unplugged, there could be a starter capacitor that's charged on this for the motor. In some cases, there'll be a starter capacitor connected directly to this motor, and you may have to discharge it. To do that, just look up a video on safely discharging a capacitor. It's really easy. And move that out of the way. And I'm going to remove these two with the flathead screwdriver again. Removing the bottom one first and the top one second. So the bottom one goes first. And now the top one's holding it all together. So now put your hand on it so it doesn't fall. Put your flathead in and twist. And now the top one's out. Now the motor's free. We're going to come forward and see what's going on with this coupler. Alright, there's the coupler. And you can see it's broken. Big time. Right there. And this is an original coupler. It's very hard to find a coupler that does not have the metal piece inside of it. In fact, there's a metal piece on this side of it. Appears to be. But this one does not have it. So this is probably original. It's been a while. It could be that something like they overloaded the washer and that's the reason this broke. Or it could be it's just plastic and it's gotten very old and more brittle over time and hot from the motor and cooling off and heating up and then eventually weakened the plastic and broke it. So let's put another coupler on there. Right here. We'll put the coupler on. And I always just take a socket. Just set the socket right there. Make sure it's small enough that it's hitting just the metal piece around it. And I'll put a link to these couplers in the description below. Watch the cat. Back up, back up. We're just gonna bump this thing down, nice and easy. And we're going until it just barely is past flush or right at flush, either way. And now from here, it's gonna be harder to see, but we're gonna do the exact same thing on the other side, which is right there. Just gonna sit that on there. Make this a little easier. I get a deep weld so I'm not hitting my hand. All right, and right there, I went a little bit far. It's no problem. You can reach up underneath for a flathead and pull it back out. You want it about level. Right, a little bit more. Right there. All right, from here we'll take our new piece of plastic. And the old one's gonna be useful too. You can use this if you're having issues and you can't get down there. It'll be slightly worn more. It'll be a lot easier to put together. I've done this several times. I'm gonna use the new one. And put it on this side first. And it's gonna be tighter. And what I do is line open holes straight up. So now, when we get the motor, we're gonna do the exact same thing over here. And I'm gonna line these straight up. And from here, I'll leave the one on the bottom hooked, and I'll leave the one on the top off for the main hooks that hold it on. And I'll put this hook on after I get the motor in place. So this may take once or twice to get this lined up, but mine went right on because I had it lined up perfectly. I'll put the top one in now. After you get there, if you can hook it, you're good to go. It'll hold itself up. And actually, that's crazy. That bottom grabbed itself. Usually you'd hook that bottom. That was just awesome luck. All right, from right here, plugging the motor back in. And now sometimes there'll be a capacitor that sits right beside the motor. Be careful because it's going to be charged. Then you'll have to unplug it and plug it back in along with unplugging this. Most of the time they don't have that, but sometimes you will see a capacitor that's next to it. All right, from right here, look at the way the shaft has two flat spots. And you should be able to line it up with, if I can unhook this water pump. The flat spots are gonna go in that way. So we should be able to just hook it right into place. Let's see if my luck ran out. Now there it is. All right, same thing. Put the little keyholes in. And we'll lift it back up. Keyhole in. Put it back down. Now move everything out of your way. We're gonna look. This is the lip that the original shroud that I took off is gonna go underneath. It goes under this lip. So we gotta slide it into here first. That's always the hard part for most people. All right, from here, now we haven't knocked it over accidentally. We're gonna flip this up and make sure you hook this up here. Otherwise it'll be stuck behind your lid or your shroud and you'll have to take it back off to get it off there. So right here, it's gonna come in. Hook that bottom in first, so I'm gonna slide my foot up underneath there. From here, you'll be able to see it through here when you get up underneath it. I'm gonna lean it back forward while keeping pressure on it. I'll put it down on there. All right, things to check for. If you missed and the bottoms will be winged out, there's a little metal piece that's down there. It's poking straight up that should hook. Sometimes you'll bend it and you have to bend it back up so it hooks into this piece. This one didn't have that issue. And it went right into place. From here, these are always the complicated ones. It looks like this, and it's gonna hook right here, in there first. You're just gonna sit it down just like that and push it with your palm. That's one side. Exact same thing over here. Push it here. That's the other. What I always say with this little lid switch, what I was talking about before, if you leave that dangling, it'll be stuck in there and you'll have to take those back out to get your lid switch back out, so don't do that. I'll put the lid switch back on, and it went right on. If you have any issues with this lid switch, if it's burned up at all, go ahead and replace it. These go out a whole lot, and you'll notice it'll give a little char and stuff. These will burn up on the inside, but this one's perfectly fine. You see it goes on real easy. Any issues, just replace those lid switches. And I got another video for that. All right, we're gonna put this down, work it into place, push it back a little bit on both sides. I'm gonna put the 2 screws, I won't do it right now, I'll put these 2 screws back down on it. And let's see what happens when we put it into spin. Oops. Except for we're not plugged in. Plug it back in. Alright. Spin. Perfect. We're back in business. Alright guys, any questions, please put them in the comments below. Please like and subscribe, it really helps the channel. Hey guys, thanks for watching. If this video helped, please like and subscribe. It really helps the channel. And if you have any questions at all, put them in the comments below and I'll be sure to answer them.